about to do some filming. I'm literally set up. You can see that. What do I want to do tonight? Let's not go with the PVC tonight. I don't know why I'm feeling leather. So yeah, if you could get out the leather. Yeah, but just make sure you don't do it up as tight over my face this time, because I mean, I kept saying the key word, the magic word, but you said you couldn't hear it. So just make sure that you can hear what I'm saying when I need the release word, okay? Word to your mother. My name's Steve. This channel is Frags to Riches. Thank you for tuning in. I know you could be doing anything, like, I don't know, eating an ice cream in your sunny garden or hiding from the rain, depending on what the weather's like, because it's been fucked up, hasn't it, really? Anyway, today I'm going to be going back to my roots after the previous niche video, and we are looking at a clone. So today I'm reviewing pocketsense.co.uk, their version of ombre leather, which is called Leather Essenza. So I need to emphasise, because I've done a bit of work in the past, kind of with Matt at Pocket Sense when he sent me some samples and things. I paid for this with my own money, okay? So there's no freebies, there's no obligation, so I don't have to give you a disclaimer, though I'm giving you a disclaimer right now. But yeah, I paid for this with my own hard-earned money. And after buying a niche fragrance, you know, that money has diminished somewhat. So, you know, make sure you appreciate that. But yeah, Leather Essenza you can get for $14.99 from pocketsense.co.uk, and I think the delivery's, I can't remember, a couple of quid. Don't know, can't remember. So that's for $14.99 for 50ml. And so the glass bottles are really decent. You even get a lid, unlike Jeremy's fragrance. I will say the labels are a bit kind of just basic, really. But this is Matt, I know at Pocket Sense, has a couple of different lines. He's got his NE Plus line, which is the kind of more premium one, and their boxes are a bit posher, and so are the labels. This is the more basic line at $14.99. But anyway, to be honest, that is irrelevant because the fragrance is decent. It's about the juice, really, and the lid, of course. So, as always, I've been comparing this. I've got a sample here somewhere just to prove it. I've got a sample, as always, from GregoryBoy76. His website, fragrancesamplesuk.com. So I've got a genuine sample of ombre leather to compare it to. Now, ombre leather has been one of those fragrances that I've always kind of admired and sort of liked as a fragrance, because I think it's quite an impressive, you know, if you want a leather fragrance, I think it's really good. I've never smelt Tuscan leather, okay, so don't shoot me. The first time I ever smelt it was when I went shopping with my friend Daisy, and she smelt it, I smelt it and I liked it, but she fell in love with it. She was weak at the knees, she had a proper wide on for this fragrance. So since then, for some reason, I've sort of been curious to kind of get it. I'm thinking if it's got that effect on women, I kind of need to have it in my collection. But I do think it's one of those fragrances that women, it's kind of, I just imagine it's going to be polarising. I think if you like Daisy and you like it, you'll love it. Where my wife's not a big fan, she just thinks it smells kind of like just like the inside of a car, like leather car seats. Interestingly, I said that when I smelt it for the first time, that I thought it smells like a car interior, where Daisy, who's somewhat more middle class than me, thought it smelled like a horse's saddle. So class divide there. Anyway, I digress. So that's my history with ombre leather, and as always, I wore this. I've worn this a few times now, and because it is quite a nice manly fragrance. And I sort of wore the clone version around my neck and on one arm, and I put the original on the other arm, so I could then do sort of side-by-side comparisons. Now, first thing I noticed, when you spray the Leather Essenza, the opening and boom, you get the leather straight away, but as does the original. Now, what I would say is in the first 45 minutes, I can smell the difference. It's not bad, like, don't get me wrong, but I think the leather is really prominent in the Leather Essenza, and it's got some sweetness to it. But the leather in the ombre leather is more intense, it's stronger, and it's kind of like sort of darker and richer. But as I say, I'm not saying that it's not prominent in this, because it really is. But yeah, in the original, it's kind of sort of more intense, and dare I say it, the leather kind of smells a bit more expensive, but not to take anything away, because this one does still, the leather smells good, but because that leather is kind of dark and rich and it just smells like a real, you know, more expensive leather goods. I don't know. But after 45 minutes, the original dies down quite a lot. It loses that intensity. And after those 45 minutes, it smells a lot more similar on that sort of leather intensity. And then from then on in, it's good. I mean, this performs really well, like really well. I got easy 2 to 3 hours projection, easy from this, if not more. And at sort of 5 hour mark, the original was quite close to skin. It was a bit more of a skin scent. With this was still, I wouldn't say it was still projecting big time, but I could still get wafts in it. I was still smelling it, and it went on to last a full day. So I don't know exactly what it was. It was, I don't know, over 7 hours, I'd say 7 or 8 hours. So the performance is awesome. Can't knock it. So, and it's just got this, I mean, it's fairly linear to my nose. I don't get all these other notes that a lot of people do from Ombre Leather in general. I get the leather, and I get some of the sweetness with it as well, but I don't get much else, to be honest. And that's the same with this. I get the real prominent leather, I get some of that sweetness, but it is quite just a nice sort of clean, manly smell, and it's a beast performer. So if you like Ombre Leather, give this a go. This kind of, as I say, in those after 45 to an hour, this loses its intensity quite a lot, where this doesn't. So they then become quite similar, sort of leather intensity. But in that 45 minutes, this is definitely a lot stronger. This one's kind of almost like a slightly lighter version. But not to say that it's not strong and it doesn't perform, it's not performing, because it really does. But of the two, I'm not just saying this, remember I've played, I do prefer this one, because it's, you know, I'm not looking for an absolute intense leather beast, which you get from this in the first 45 anyway. So this I actually prefer, because it's like a slightly lighter version, and because it's slightly lighter, I think it lends itself to a bit more versatility. I think this one's more versatile than the original. Don't get me wrong, it's not worlds apart. It's a bit more difference in those 45 minutes, but then after that it's quite similar, but it's just a little bit lighter and it gives it a bit more versatility. And if anything, it's maybe slightly sweeter, but it's not really noticeable, as I say, particularly after that 45 to an hour. So yeah, I highly recommend this if you like Ombre Leather. If you've never smelt it before, it's such a prominent leather fragrance that I think it's worth smelling before you necessarily buy. But then again, at £15, you can't go wrong. But yeah, performance is not an issue. So if you like Ombre Leather, you would definitely like this, and it performs, and it outperforms the original. So yeah, it's a no-brainer. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for the new subscribers and the old subscribers. I love you all. We're on the journey for 1,000 subscribers this year. That's my target. So do please, if you haven't done so, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And you know, there might be a little something in it for you, like either a giveaway or, I don't know, a cheeky hand job. I don't know. I'm desperate. Thank you for, that was really bad. I should not have said that. Perhaps I'll edit that out or not. You'll find out. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and I will see you for the next one. Much love.